Hi everyone, this is Professor Fernandez, and I am here to teach you how to do your MLA formatting for your paper. And I'm not talking about citations or any of that wonderful stuff. I have a whole other video for that, but this is just your basic how to format your paper situation. So, um, welcome to that. I am excited to do this. I usually give you a video from somebody else, but this is the first time I've actually done my own video on this. So you get to see kind of what I'm looking for. Um, so I'm going to do three versions of this. I'm going to do the Word version, Word Online, and then Google Docs, because those are the three most popular word processing um, applications that students use. There are tons out there. There's like Open Office. There's other things. Um, so if you are using something other than the ones that I am going to talk about today, then I highly suggest you take a look because it's pretty much the same thing. It's just that perhaps there are certain things and maybe different menus. So you'll have to look at it on your own word processing software or your writing software, but it's pretty much the same. Um, if you are on a Mac, you probably have this wonderful thing called Pages. I am on a Mac and I love Pages. Pages is it's really great software, great for writing, horrible for D2L because D2L cannot open it. I can open it just to look at it. I cannot open it to grade it, and that's the big issue there. So if you're using Pages on a Mac, what I suggest is that you convert it to PDF and then turn it in. So um, same issue with you guys. Just look at what I'm doing, and they're in the things I'm doing are going to be in different areas of Pages. So yeah, take a look at that. And one more aside, if you are an LSE student, a Lone Star student, you get this whole thing for free. And by whole thing, I mean the Microsoft Office Suite. You get that wonderfulness for free. So you get Word and Excel and PowerPoint and Skype and all the awesomeness for free. And you get it with your Lone Star dot the lonestar.edu or my Lone Star or my.lonestar.edu. There it goes. Address. So you get to have this whether you're on a Mac or PC or Chromebook. You get to have all of that for free. So let's get started. So when you open up your Word document, more than likely you'll have like a default wonderfulness here, or default margins. And usually the thing is you have 1 inch margins all around, and students like to measure it using a ruler. It's okay. um, if you have like this cursor here that's all the way to the left or all the way to the top here, then that you will have to play with the margins a little bit, and that I'll defer to your particular um, your particular writing application. But for this one, usually Word is really good and instinctual, saying most people have to start 1 inch around, so you don't have to worry much about it. But let me see if I can go ahead and put the ruler up there, here. So to get to the ruler to make sure you've got things correct, you can literally go to View and hit Ruler. And you can do many, many things here, of which I'm not going to tell you because, oh my God, there's a lot of stuff. I personally like this focus thing because, let me just show it to you. It just knocks everything out and just write what you need to write. And then you hit the escape button and you're back here. So this is one of my favorites. It's only on Word that's downloaded on your computer. It's not on Word Online. I know, I've already checked. It makes me sad. Okay. So you want to make sure that your cursor is all the way here. And the first thing you want to do is write your name. I mean, that's pretty simple, right? So my first name is Professor. My last name is Fernandez. That's my first name, but my last name. um, so I want to make sure that I have that there. Then the next thing that you want to write is your professor's name. Um, I'm in my own class, so I'm going to write my own name. Okay. So then the next thing is that you want to write your class name. Now, Some people, let me do 1302 here. Some people will stop there. I will like it if you tell me um, the, the last four numbers that are on the top bar of your D2L class, because this tells me a lot of things. This tells me what time I see you at, whether you're an online student or not. I get a lot of papers coming at me all the time, guys. Like, it's insane. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's nuts. Like, math people can like run a scantron. We can't run a scantron. We actually have to read what you write. And I do a lot of reading outside of you guys, so it's helpful if you write um, which English you're doing. You can go ENGL if you want to, or just write out English. You can capitalize it. I don't really care either way. There's bigger fish to fry, but I really would like it if you had like the last four digits here, and that's on the top of your D2L class, and you'll see it. It'll say English 1301 20 2020. And so if you put that in there, that actually helps me out a lot because I read a lot. Okay, so you have your first name and your last name correctly spelled. You have my name correctly spelled. Please, I am not Hernandez. A lot of you guys like to change my name. That is not my name. My name begins with an F. My first name is Professor. You do not get to write my first name. You only get to write my first name and call me by my first name once you graduate with your bachelor's degree. Then you get to call me by my first name. Okay, so we have first name, last name, who the professor is. We have the class. Then we need the date. And let's say it's September 1st, 2019. Now, some professors want you to do it straight MLA, and MLA is always this way. It's a day, month, year, right? I personally do not care. I really don't. But in a citation, I do care. So if you wanted to go September 1, 2019, or however, or whenever you see this, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to write out the month. You don't have to doing something like this. 9/1/2019. It's annoying. Don't do that. Just do September or whatever month it is and just write it out like that. Okay? So you probably see that this is kind of scrunched up together. And so this needs to be a little bit bigger. So what you want to do is highlight this. And of course my highlight's purple because I customized my highlight because my favorite color is purple. I don't know how I did that. Well, I forgot how I did that, so I can't teach you that, unfortunately. So you're going to right click it and you're going to hit paragraph. Okay. So once you hit paragraph, you have this wonderful dialog box. What you want to pay attention to right here is this thing. You want to make sure that this is highlighted to double. And there you go. Once you highlight to double, this is how it all sits. This is your heading right here. Now let's go to your other heading here. Now, this is what I'm going to say. A lot of students, let me close out of this. I want to say this. A lot of students will put this in here, thinking it's the heading. You put the heading in the header box, right? And it makes sense, except for the fact that once you do put that there, look what happens. You have this here, and then if, say, you go into another page, let me insert like a page break here. You have it on the second page. And you don't want this on the second page. You just want it on the first page. So do not put your heading in the header because I will mark off for that. So don't do that. What you want to do is put your last name and page number. All right. So what you want to do is a couple of things. So let me set this up so I can walk you through it. You're going to put your last name, just your last name, and you're going to go to home. Here, where you have all these wonderful directions where you can tell the words where to go, you're going to go all the way to the right. What you want to do here now is insert your page numbers. And I literally just saw it. Here it is. Your page number. You have this little arrow here, so you're going to click on the number, on the little arrow, and hit page number. Alignment on the right. It is what it is. Show number on first page. You can show the number on first page or not. And hit that. Ooh, look. So you see how it went all the way back here? Don't do what I did. I completely forgot. So you want to move it over here. And look. You have the number, your last name and number on the second page, and you don't have it on the first. You don't have to have it on the first. A lot of students leave it on the first, and MLA says you don't have to have it on the first. So let me go back and show you the insert part here. See where it said page number? And this dialog box came up, right? If we hit here, they'll show the number here, my last name and the number right there. So insert, there it is. You don't have to have this on the first page. So let's go back here, go back to page number, take it off, click this, so it only shows on the subsequent pages, starting on page 2, and hit OK. Page 2. Okay. You see here how it's like it's not page 1? So it'll number all the other subsequent pages. So once you're done here, click out. And you're done with the top part there. So the next thing is the title. And you want to go to the bottom part here where you have your year. Hit it twice. And then you want to put your title right in the middle. Right there. So this is, you hit the return button or the enter button twice. Once, twice. And then gets you on this line. Then you want to hit the middle right here. And then the title is not highlighted, it's not bolded, it's not a weird font, it's not bigger than the rest of the stuff. It is what it is. Okay? Then you click or you hit return one more time. Move it back to the left. Hit tab because you have to indent, right? And so this is where your first paragraph begins. There you go. And so it's nice and structured. When you hit return again for the next line, it goes all the way to the left, and you keep going. So every time there is a new paragraph, you have to hit the tab button so that way it's indented correctly. All right? So that's Word. So let's go to Google Docs. So here is Google Docs. I love Google Docs. I use it all the time. I write many things in Google Docs. And this is pretty much the same thing. So let's start with the heading first. And of course, my last name. Ooh, wait, you want to move this to Times New Roman. The other one's not Times New Roman, but move it to Times New Roman. And 12, make sure it's that. And then you want to insert page number. And this one gives you like lots of choices of where you want the page number. So this one says you want the page number on every page, including page 1. So you see how it's numbered on page 1. This one says every page except page 1 on the top right. This one says on the bottom, start on page 1, number it. This one says I want it on the bottom, but don't start on page 1, but number the second page, page 1. I know, it's a lot of interesting things here. I would go this one. And so let's insert a page number, a page break here. And so you'll see, oh no, it should be page 2. I'm going to change that. There. There you go. Your header's there. So I'm going to go to the right, and there's your header. Now that's interesting that it started with page 1 here. It was supposed to start page 2, but if it does that, just delete it, go number 2, and so the rest of it will, in theory, let's check it. in theory, will be, um, ooh, hello, page break, will be subsequent numbers. So let's hit page break, and it's not. Oh, we have a problem. Well, let's see if we can fix it. Insert header. Let's do header. Okay. Insert. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. We want page count. Yeah, I think that's what we want. Don't do that. That's crazy. That's wrong. All right. So that's not right. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. Don't you love it when like things don't turn out right? All right. So the first page is different. Yeah. So what you want to do is hit insert, hit page number, and you want the very one, this one on the top. You want it to be on the right. Don't be in the middle, and it will have it there. So what you want to do is make sure that it lines up here. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, that's fun, right? So you have a number one here. You want to delete that one, and then it's set correctly. So it's numbered the correct pages. Ah, Google Docs, you're so crazy. Okay, so what I did is I started by inserting a header. You can insert that header here, or you can literally click there and it'll pop up the header. What I did was then insert page number, and I clicked this thing right here. And when I clicked it, it went ahead and did one. Sorry, when I clicked it, I went ahead and numbered it one and all the other numbers. So all I did was write my name, my last name here with the number, and on the on the first page, I just deleted it, and it'll do what it needs to do. Ah, fun. Okay, so let's go with the heading. It's Professor Fernandez, first name Professor, last name Fernandez, of course, and then you have Professor Fernandez who is teaching it. So I'm teaching myself. What class is this? It's English 1302, 2011, and then September 1st, 2019. Okay? Now, I want you to see how this is already formatted in double space. So I don't have to really work with the double space. And I think that's just one of my pre-formats. Yours may be formatted in single space. So in order to do that, oh, you can't even see it. Um, as you go down here, there's a thing called clear formatting, and it'll clear all the formattings that you've done. I don't want to clear my formatting because I already have it set the way I want. Um, so what you want to do is you want to go, now I'm going to tell you right now, your double spacing is not anywhere near here. It took me a while to figure it out. Your double spacing is here. It's this arrow that goes up and down. And so see how mine's already set for double space? So you can just double space it, single space, 1.5 space, here's a single. So if it looks scrunched like this, you don't want it like that. So you want to go double space, right? I actually have all of it preset double space. So if you wanted to start out with a Google Doc already double spaced, you can go here and double space it before you even do anything else. If you have anything like add a space before a paragraph or a space after a paragraph, get rid of it. There should be no spaces before or after a paragraph. It should just go one into the other, right? So just like Word, we're going to go to the end of our heading. We're going to hit return once and twice, and you're going to go to the center here. So you hit center align, and you're going to put the title. And here goes the title. Yay! You're going to hit return again, go there, and see how this is lined up here? That means you're going to have to indent. and then the indentation is going to go, indentation is going to go right there. You see how this is aligned here. With Google Docs, you have to pay attention more to the ruler than you would in Word. And this is where your essay begins. See how that works? And then, of course, because we started here, you have to delete, and so you can go back here. That won't happen with every paragraph, but it just, this little weird indentation thing that just happened only happened because I stopped a paragraph here. That's just another little weird quirk that Google Docs has, where Word doesn't have it. If you remember, Word brought me all the way back here, so Google Docs brought me here. So you just have to delete and keep going. And then once you do your whole paragraph, it'll do it how it's supposed to do it. Makes sense? I hope so. All right, one more. This is Word Onlin. It just works just like Word on your computer. Let's start with the header. All right, so the header, this looks very much like Pages. So you want to go ahead and let's see if it's going to insert page numbers. And you want the page numbers on the top right. Great. And then you put Fernandez, and then you keep going, right? So in theory, after the page break, once I add another page break, another page, there should be another one there, right? So what you want to do is that once you have that second page, go ahead and try to delete the first header so that way you have the other headers. Right? Okay. So what you want to do here after you're done with your header, and let me see if I can get rid of this page break. This is annoying me. You want to go ahead and make sure you have everything kind of lined up. Let me see if we can see a ruler here. No, they don't have a ruler here. Oh, this is new. No, no ruler. But here's the wonderful thing about Word Onlin. It's already like pre-done. So your 1-inch margins are here, you're fine. So you want to go Professor Fernandez. That's your first and last name. Who you're taught by, the best English professor on the face of the planet, or the second best. And then you want to tell me what class you're in, 1302, and hyphenate, and what section of 1302, because I teach many, many sections, and then you're going to put the date. Then hit return twice. Once, twice. What you want to do is, that file, put home. You want to go to the center. This is where your title goes. Move this to the left. Hit the tab button to indent. This is where your essay begins. Boom. Right? And so that's your paper. You want to make sure you are in Times New Roman, so highlight everything. Go to Times New Roman, and it's 12 inches. Or 12-point font. And this is the correct font and the correct size for your paper. So again, the title is not highlighted or bolded or underlined. It's how it's supposed to be. Just like everything else. This is your essay. And what I like about Word Onlin and Google Docs is that you can actually save it online. As you're typing, this is already automatically saving. See? All changes saved to Drive. And the last edit was 3 minutes ago. So it automatically saves online. So if anything happens, it is there. It has been very rare, but it has happened that students have lost their Google Doc. Maybe they weren't online and they thought they were online, and then something happens and they lose everything. So I suggest that you double check to make sure that you are online, everything is great, and then go to it because everything changes here. All right, so 24 minutes to explain how to do headings in 3 things. Yay, wonderful things. Oh, look at that. Wonderful things. This is an assignment I'm working on, as my 1302 will soon find out. So, yeah, here it is. And I hope that was helpful.